Hey, guys, looks like it's showtime. Listen, did you hear all those states and cities that you probably never heard from before? MWR Financial is growing at a rapid pace. I'm telling you, I'm excited for you. My name is Gerald Parker. I'll be your host this evening. I have the pleasure and privilege of introducing our speaker tonight. You've heard from this gentleman before, but listen, tonight's topic, one of my favorites, how to build as Andamo Tolson would say, big business. So this is going to be pretty exciting. But let me bring on our guest tonight without any further ado. Listen, this gentleman has spent his life helping others. Now, he's built teams of tens of thousands of people across this country. Folks, I've witnessed it with my own eyes. He brings 2 decades of success in the financial service industry. Listen, these principles that he's put forth have been tried, tested, and true. Without question, he's a do-it-first leader. This guy knows how to build big. The track that you're running on now, listen, he implemented it, set it all up for us to win, and it's proven, predictable, and profitable, and it does work. So without further ado, help me welcome to the call MWR Financial President of Leadership and Field Development, Mr. Andamo Tolson. Are you there, sir?
Yes. Can you hear me, Gerald?
Clearly, sir.
All right, outstanding. Gerald, well, thank you so much. As always, you do such a phenomenal job in welcoming everyone. And I know, Gerald, I could hear your excitement because I'm excited to hear all these different cities and states that we haven't heard just from the week before. Every week it seems like we're adding more and more on. But, Gerald, I want them to know who you are. This is a gentleman, ladies and gentlemen, that I never, ever once have to call and say, Gerald, are you going to host a meeting and do it on, this time or that time? He's always there, consistent. He is solid as oak, and he has literally done everything our system tells you to do and has had success in every step of the way. He's taken advantage of all the services. He's put himself in a position to just win like you can't believe, and that sort of do-it-first leadership he's now provided, where he's building one of the biggest teams in MWR Financial. So, Gerald, I'm telling you, my hat is off to you. I love what you do. I love who you are, and you mean so much to this company, and I appreciate you in a big way. And that's none other than Mr. Gerald Parker, who's building a big business. He absolutely is. So with that said, I'm ready to kind of talk about what it takes to build a large team, or that big business, as we like to say. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to you about a couple of things here. And this, again, is just really more from the psychology. Some of you are incredible leaders, and you know how to build big businesses, and you've done it before, and so you'll run this. This is more of just a mindset of what it takes to do that. So let's talk about, if you will, just some of the turnkey leadership principles. These principles are so important to help you take care of building that big businesses. Now, there's 2 things you must remember. People will rise no higher than their level of vision. Understand that. So as leaders, we have to provide that vision for people, and people will only change after having a significant emotional experience. That is so very important. That's why it's important as a leader to have that vision of where you're heading and helping people understand where you, as their leader, where you want to take this, where you see yourself going, and then have a vision big enough so they can see themselves in it as well. So that's powerful. Now watch this. And that significant emotional change, I believe it happens live. And here's what I mean. First of all, you must recruit yourself. See, it starts with you. You must believe in what we do. You must understand, why are you here? See, we have an absolutely worthy crusade. We are literally helping, not only are we the home of the instant pay raise, helping 150 million, looking to reach out to that target market of 150 million W-2 employees that don't have businesses, but we have many, many people that are outside of that target market that are just self-employed, that they wanted to do something special. They wanted to be a part of something significant and special. They know other employees, but they know other people that can benefit from what we do. They know other people that want guaranteed income. Guaranteed income isn't only exclusive to W-2 employees. It's for all of us. We want that guaranteed income. So regardless if we get out of bed or not in the morning, we know that income is coming in, and it's happening over and over and over for what we do. But you have to understand that we're not just about giving people instant pay raises and guaranteed income. We are literally helping people become more financially literate than ever before, but not through just books and tapes and tapes. I went old school there, but books and YouTube videos emails and things like that. No, we're letting the experts do the work for them, so that way, just like any wealthy person, any rock star, any movie star, celebrity, athlete, rich person, what they have is they have a financial team by their side. They seem like they always make the right decisions. Their decisions, everything they touch seems to turn to gold. It's because they have a team helping to lead the way. And then over time, they become, and watch this, everyone, their children and grandchildren become very financially literate because they're in those meetings. They're having those discussions. They become more and more aware to the point that they say, you know what, if we're holding this meeting, and okay, I think when I'm calling my financial experts, they're saying, this is what I want to do. I want to take this and I'm going to make this an LLC, but I have a holding company that's going to do this, and I want this to happen, that to happen. Is this about, am I on the right track? And they'll say, yes, you are. Now let me tell you your exposure here. Let me tell you what you need to do there. And then you go, okay, because they start to get it. Because the experts, the more and more you use them and you count on them and depend on them with every decision, you then become powerful and being able to say, okay, I got it. I understand what to do. And so understand that's what we do for people. And you have to believe in that. Believe in the fact that they get to improve their credit. They get to minimize their debt. Think about it. If you could keep the same job, same income, and same budget and be able to pay off your debt, including your mortgage in 1/3 to 1/2 the time or less, come on. You would be on fire with that. When you hear Gerald Parker's story, you're on fire with that. When you get on our testimonial page, you're on fire. So that's what you have to know. Understand why you're here. Then the second person after you recruit yourself, you have to recruit your spouse or a significant other or boo, whatever you call them. And here's what happens. That is very important. They have to be a part of what this is. But now, when you recruit the spouse, remember there's 3 levels of support. So if your spouse doesn't want to be the business partner with you, don't force that. Let me tell you what happens. The 3 levels of support is this. Number 1, business partner. That's that two-headed, monster where you got the dynamic duo going after it. But you can also have a two-headed monster where you are the builder, you are the person that's out there building the business on the front end, and then you have that spouse that's helping with the administrative part. They're making sure everything is there, that anybody has questions about, these numbers and things like that, they're getting all that information for you. They've learned your back office and they understand how that all works, so they can help you and assist you in those things. Or you have what my wife was, the CEO of the household, where she allows you to go out and do your thing, or in my case, your spouse goes out and lets you do your thing, but then they run the household. And as a CEO, they know they're the CEO, so you don't get to tell them what to do. They're telling you how it's going, but they're helping you make sure that the kids are doing their thing, school's happening, everything that's supposed to happen is happening in the right way so you can go out and be your great self. So those are the 3 levels of support. Now, you must attend all meetings. See, this is where, to me, those significant emotional experiences happen at meetings, at events. That's where people go, wait a minute, I get it now, I'm in. So you have to attend and have that mindset to attend all meetings. You want to know how to attend meetings. And part of how to attend them, and we'll go over that one time, we just go on a meeting, how to do meetings. But you want to come early and you want to sit in the front, because the front is where all the energy is. The front is where there's no distractions, and you want to be mindful of that. You want to be that person that always sits in the front, okay? You also want to make a new prospect list. Another principle, it's constantly just new, always updating it, because the bigger the list, the bigger your future. Okay? Got to understand that. Now, another turnkey leadership principle, know how to invite. And we make that very easy. So you want to know what to say and how to say it. And what you want to do is master the phrase that pays. So I can say, Gerald, hey, Gerald and I are friends. We've known each other, whatever it is. But I go, hey, Gerald, man, if I could show you how to get an instant pay raise, starting with, literally every single month, starting with your very next paycheck, would you want to know more? He's like, what? Absolutely, because you want to be excited when you say that, because you have good news to bring. You want to use the phrase using the phrase that pays prevents you from saying too much. That's why we call it the phrase that pays. So you understand, let me learn this because it's going to pay me to use it. So that's what you want to do, but be excited when you do it because you're bringing good news. That's what we have. You want to set goals, and you must commit yourself. You have to commit to yourself. You have to just say, hey, I'm going to do this. This is what I want. This is where I'm planting my flag. This is where I will not give up on myself. There's too much on the line. My future awaits me, and I want to go get this. You got to have that about yourself, that sort of mindset. You want to get in the field as soon as possible. What I mean by that is, see, you need a mentor to see what we do. Now, what do I mean by that? Get in the field, a mentor. You want to be out there talking to people using the phrase that pays. If you want to know how it's done, let's watch your mentor do it. See, sometimes I'll say, okay, here, I'm going to do it 3 times and you watch. Then you do it 3 times and I'll watch. Then you do it 3 times and report back to me because you got it then and you know what to do and you're going. You want to say, here, when you come to a meeting, we got to play team. This is what we do. That's being in the field where you're just out there, you're talking to people, you're showing them what it's about, you're letting them know how you're being passionate about getting the word out of what we do here at MWR Financial, and you're also making sure that people see that somebody new, they want to see what you're doing, they can see how simple it is. Hey, I just go out and about in my everyday life. I don't try to go look for business. If I'm out and I'm going to the cleaners, somebody's at the cleaners, I say, you know what, I just saw that you had that little tag. Where are you working? Oh, yeah, security guard. Oh, really? Okay, how do you like it? Okay, cool. Hey, well, if I can show you how to get an instant pay raise, I know we're just seeing each other here, but it's something that I'm just passionate about. My company does, and a lot of people don't know this, but if I can show you how to get an instant pay raise, starting with your very next check, would you want to know more? Boom. There you go. Have a little that discussion right there. And what's so powerful is because we prove it first. So you want to be the mentor, and you want to become the mentor. As soon as you can, you want to be able to say, oh, I got it. I got the phrase that pays. I mastered it. Because what's great about our business, this can all be mastered in 1 hour, let alone 1 day, 1 week. You literally can do it. Our business is so simple. We've made it that way. Then you want to be positive and stay positive. The people who are going to win are the people who can stay excited the longest. See, you don't want to let unsuccessful people kill your dreams. Just, hey, you know what I learned is if you think somebody's going to rain on your parade, don't tell them the street you're going down. Don't tell them where the parade is. Don't give them any idea. Now you want to follow the system. And our system is simple. And remember, system stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. That's what you want to do. So here's what happens. You need at least, well, let me do this. I went too fast. But you need at least 3 strong legs in this business to win. To max out the comp plan, you need at least 3 strong legs. Now, I say a leg isn't a leg until it's 4 levels deep. Notice what I said, leg isn't a leg until it's 4 levels deep. Because if you think about a table, and let's say it was a 3-legged table, so it was kind of like it can stand up on 3 legs, and the legs are positioned that it doesn't wobble, it's solid, right? Well, think about this. If you had one of those legs on the table was about 2 inches long, the other leg, the regular legs are say 20 inches, but this one's 2, and you put your feast, your meal on that table, would it slide off? Absolutely, because the table is so angled, it would slide off, and you can't eat. And if we can't eat, then what are we doing? So you want to make sure you build a leg. I don't call a leg as a leg because let's say they were all 2 inches, so it's all even now. So the table will stand up. But now you're sitting down. You have to do, the little Indian style. You have to lean over to try to eat. That might not be comfortable. So you want to build those legs to where they're really legs, and so you have some comfort. And building at 4 levels deep is powerful. I say 4 levels deep and 2 levels of leadership. Now, then you must believe. You must believe in what you're building. You must believe that what we can build, that you can build that long-term income, that guaranteed income. You can get that 12,532 to have $102,000 for you. You got to believe you can make that happen for yourself, okay? Then you want to know the roles. So you want to know the roles of everybody. When you're a QFC, and we have so many because they're just getting started, all you want to do is master inviting, attending the webinars, and going to meetings. That's what you do as a QFC. Then a manager, because some of you get promoted so fast, you're a manager in 1 day. We have people setting the records. It's going to be hard. I don't know. It's going to probably be the record holder is going to become a matter of minutes, not even days. It's because it's happening so fast for so many. But as a manager, you want to provide mentorship of how to invite, attend webinars, go to meetings, but you also want to do the same thing that QFCs do, invite, attend the webinars, and go to meetings, right? That's what we want to do. As senior managers, now you're providing leadership, You're doing the manager's role and the QFC's role. So see, you're providing leadership, mentorship, and you're inviting, attending webinars and going to meetings. As an area manager, and we have those, and they're popping out like popcorn, you want to be the director of motivation, and you want to motivate. And I don't mean you have to be the great motivator, something great motivational speaker or anything like that. You just want to direct them where they can get the motivation, where they can get a bigger picture, where they can see this is bigger than just your living room, or this is bigger than just your office, or bigger than your team meeting. You got to take them and be that traffic cop to say, hey, get on this webinar. Here's why you need to be on there, bam. And you're making sure that's happening. You got to attend this meeting, attend this event, and you want to be real serious about it and urgent about it. You want to also build a strong foundation. That's why I love that what we're doing here at MWR Financial. They didn't go through the motions real quickly and just build something, and so we could call it, hey, we've launched it. We built this thing on sand and it's going to fall apart. No, they took time and built a strong foundation. They took time, even in the pre-launch. Think about this. We're in a pre-launch, and look at all of the systems and tools and things we have in place, and you go, that's pre-launch? A lot of times you hear pre-launch, man, you don't have anything going for you because they're trying to do everything too fast. We have high standards of excellence, and you want to build a strong foundation with high standards. You want to make sure you carry out the 6 steps to success. And we have them. It's all laid out. We do it on Thursday night. This Thursday, you absolutely want to be on that call because it's going to be powerful. And I believe this Thursday we're going to not only go over our 6 steps to success, but we're going to show you how MWR, Make Wealth Real, how we really do that. So on Thursday, you want to be on the call at 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern Time, because we're going to go over the private reserve account. So you'll understand how to become your own private bank. You'll understand this so clearly. I'm telling you, some of you are sitting down right here, right now, didn't even realize it. And you might say, I don't have any money in the bank, nothing. And you'll be able to start your private reserve account starting on Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I'm telling you, or I should say Thursday night, Friday morning. I'm telling you, it's that powerful. So you want to be on that call. Now, also, there's no viruses. See, you don't want to have anything that comes in your business that's trying to create turmoil, any cancers, any viruses. You want to cut that out right away. Let them move on. They want to go infect another business, whatever. But here we are built to last. We're built. This is a legacy run. This is something you could build at one time. You never have to build it again. So I'm telling you, when you have prayed for and hoped for and desired and just absolutely prayed that you want to be in the right place at the right time, but more importantly with the right people, that you now have that. You have that right before you, so you have to understand that and get that in your bones, and let's go for it. Then you want to monitor the growth in your business. See, one of the things about business, remember, this is your business. And business, we have to be accountable and account for certain things. So you want to focus on the number of guests that you have at a meeting per week, that you have on a webinar per week, that you maybe your team, you guys are doing some opportunity calls, and you want to make sure that how many guests you had and your team has. So that way you can be mindful of it. And understand if 3 ways made, so you're doing 3 ways for people, helping people get to the next step, helping them understand the final thing so they can join the business, because our system's so simple. A lot of it's done up front. So then the 3-way is just simply, tipping them over so they get those 1 or 2 questions, or more than likely they can hear from someone else, because we know we sometimes can't be a prophet in our own city. In other words, with our own friends, they need to hear somebody else's voice that they can respect, and they'll say, okay, even though they're telling them the same thing you told them, they still want to get in. Well, if the 3 ways made are low, if they're low, there's a problem. You got to recognize, wait a minute, my phone hardly rang. Nothing was going on. Something's wrong. Let me call my leaders. Let me find out what's happening. And your ability to locate the system breakdown is important. So you might say, so you guys are just sending them to I don't know, every time they go to the instant pay raise calculator, estimator, nothing's happening. Well, what's happening? I just text it to them and tell them to fill it out and get back to me. Just like they say, just give them a number and everything. Well, let's get them on the phone. Let's walk them through it. Well, they're saying that they don't have business meals and travel. Because they're right. They don't have business meals or they don't have business travel. But let's ask them how often they eat out. And let me tell you why. So you can break those kind of things down. This is why you walk it through them, and you don't get their numbers. You walk through them and tell them just the basic numbers, the numbers we have on our system. You use those numbers so they can get a feel for what it's like. Then you ask them for their numbers. And then you let them have the site because they'll play with it, and it'll be fun and it's powerful when they put their own numbers in and watch what comes back. It's a powerful tool to use. So you want to know where those systems breakdowns are and how to handle that. Okay, there are 3 main areas to focus on to build large teams. Okay, number 1 is to recruit. Number 2 is to build, and number 3 is to motivate. Those are, and they're separate. They're not. A lot of times people think recruiting and building are the same thing. No. Recruiting is just having them see an opportunity, they see something for themselves, and they decide to get in. Building is now teaching them how to utilize the tools and apply the tools, teaching them how to use the magic of multiples to make the business work and use the magic of law and large numbers, and then how to then help other people duplicate that process. That's the build part, and then the motivate is just to encourage them to make sure they can go where they can get motivation for themselves. So you don't have to be the motivator. See, that's what it says. The motivator or motivate does not mean you have to be the best motivator. You just want to become the director of motivation. This is where you go. So if you directed people to this call tonight, and then they're going to look at you and go, wow, thank you for telling me about that. It's powerful, da-da-da. And if I ask them right now, if we were in a room together, I said, who's doing all the work? You know what they're going to tell me? You are. Because you directed them, because they're looking at you. So you told them to be on this call. Yeah, he's doing all the work. And I'll say, wait a minute, I'm doing all the talking. They'll go, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess you are. But they look at you are. So you become that director of motivation. Now, there are 3 kinds of leaders, and I call winners. Let's talk about winners for a moment. Winners face the same challenges as losers. Most people don't realize this, but winners face the same challenges as losers. It's the way they respond that makes a difference. See, winners are people who are frustrated and frightened every day. They want to quit every day. They hurt and worry every day, just like everybody else. But winners are obsessed. See, they literally are able to make themselves focus on winning in spite of their frustration and fears, and they go out every day and win. Winners always find a way to win. It's just what they do. Where, potential winners, we'll talk about winners. Let me go back here for a moment. Now, I am on the West Coast. So I'm an L.A. guy, so UCLA. I don't like those Trojans. UCLA, but then I'm the Rams. The Rams came back when they were in L.A. Grew up as a Ram fan, then they went to St. Louis. I said, bye-bye. They come back now, L.A., okay? But there's a team that I just despise. Some of you guys are going to be mad at me, but I just don't like them. The New England Patriots. I don't like them, because I'm also a Raiders fan, and they that little tuck rule really got to me, right? So they killed our window. They got a little rule, but anyway, what's incredible about them? I guess last night there was Monday Night Football, and they were up, and I guess they got caught, went behind, but they still went on and won. See, winners find a way to win. That somehow Tom Brady and Belichick and all these, they just figure out and they find ways to win. You can never count them out. They don't have the best receiving core, talent on the offense or whatever, but they figure it out, and because they're winners. So I hate saying that, though. You'll never hear me say it again, but that's what it is. Okay, so potential winners. Potential winners are people who have a chance to be winners. They wake up every day frustrated and worried just like the winners, but they don't go out and compete, primarily because they just don't know what to do. See, but they have a chance to learn about winning in MWR Financial, okay? See, and the reason why, because you can just tell them, here's the steps, and walk them through it, and that's being that mentor to help them understand this is what you do, and then once they understand the simple steps, and watch this, you could be brand new. So, wow, they didn't tell me what to do, my person. And then I don't know who to ask there. Guess what? A Thursday night, you can get on the call, and you can go to YouTube.com, and you can listen to a fast start training, and it goes over the 6 steps, and you'll see how simple those steps are, and go, that's all I do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like wash, rinse, and repeat. See, that's that whole thing with shampoo, why it's so duplicatable and why it's a fortune, because it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. That is the instructions. And if you go, what's instruction number 4? There are no further instructions. It's that simple. Well, guess what? That's our system is that simple. So you can learn what to do through that and become a winner. Now, losers. Now, losers are people who wake up every day with the same doubts, fears, and worries as winners and potential winners. But they don't compete. They don't even really care. They take advantage of their people and their company, and, ready for this? They don't believe in anything or anybody, especially themselves. These are people who want something for nothing. And you know what? Losers move on, because losers are losers. Unless they change, they don't have a chance. So you got to understand that. Now, let's talk about the success cycle. It starts with potential. We all look at this business. The reason why we join it, the potential of, say, guaranteed income, the potential of big money, the potential of being able to look at the boss in the mirror every morning, which is yourself, the potential of being able to have a lifestyle where no one has a thumb on you. You wake up not when the alarm clock goes off, when you're finished sleeping. That's the potential. That's what we want, okay, that potential lifestyle. Well, potential, you get excited, but it takes action. See, action is what has to happen. Or potential just stays at it, and then it's just a dream. It's a wish, not even a dream. You're just wishing something will happen. So you got to take action. But when you take action, especially in this business with our system that's built to last, for people to be able to have access to experts and they wanted that, they just didn't know it, and they thought it was going to be too expensive, so they never even considered it. Now they're able to do it, and you're able to give that to them. You're able to spread the good news of an instant pay raise. You're able to spread the good news of financial advice on demand, of improving your credit scores 50 to 150 points on average, of getting out of debt 1/3 to 1/2 the time, including the mortgage, without spending a dime more on the debt, of being able to have access and be able to start a PRA, even if all you don't have any money in the bank, had $100 that's it to start it with. What? The potential, the action, taking the action of, wait a minute, I know this 401k that I've been overfunding by $300 or $400 every month, I can put it now somewhere where I won't lose the money. I'll be able to have access to the money tax-free. I'll be able to grow it tax-free. I'll be able to one day have it pay me for the rest of my LIFE, and I cannot outlive it. Okay, you have to take action. See, then when you take action, you'll start getting results. So you look at, I'll go back to Gerald Parker, who welcomed everybody. He took action, got results. He's like, wait a minute. Those results gave him stronger beliefs in what he's doing in the company, and because he saw it do it for himself. See, remember I said recruit yourself first? So he now followed the system, and he recruited himself over and goes, this is great. And as a result, what he did was his beliefs shot up so strong that the potential that he saw for himself was bigger than he thought when he first started. And so now he's taking more action, which is creating more results, which is bringing stronger belief, which makes his potential even expand beyond that. Oh, my goodness, not only can I make a 6-figure, I can see 7 figures now, which makes him take more action. He's getting other people to take action, who then multiplies his action, because it's not just him by himself. He has a team who have people who have teams, and now they're multiplying that action, which multiplies the results, which multiplies the beliefs, which grows your business. This is the success cycle, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's talk about having a builder's mindset. You have the price you pay to get in this business is going. Let me say that again. I said it all wrong. The price you pay to get in this business is nothing to the price you pay if you don't get it going. So just to get this business going, the price you have to pay to do that, it won't even compare to the price you pay if you don't do it. Because, see, we all think we don't pay a price. Well, if I don't do it, I'm not really paying a price. Yes, you are. And then we see what that price turns out to be because we see it all over the place. It's talked about in the news every single day. It's talked about where people are in their homes. They're losing their homes. They're out there struggling. They're trying to figure out what to do in the retirement ages. Now they're back working at Walmart or they're working at the airport to help people kind of just guess, well, here you can go there, go there. They're over at hospitals helping you check in, but they're way past their age. They're not doing this for fun. They're not doing this for charity. They're not saying, hey, this is something that's important to me. They had to go back to work. It's tough seeing a security guard of a hospital where he knows there's not going to be much going on there, but he's at a hospital. You can see he's well into his 70s. That's not what his life was intended. And I guarantee if you talk to him, that's not what he did. But maybe he got afraid and wasn't willing to pay a price early. Didn't think he had to pay a price later, but yes, you do. See, what you've done so far isn't enough to get you to where you really want to be, where you want to go. So understand, you've got to do something different to have something different. We know the definition of insanity. So let's do this. Hang around the best. So be around people who lift you up, who build your spirit up, who get you excited. And then our system, everything that we do, it needs leaders. And it needs a leader. Why don't you be that leader? You can just, all is a decision. So read a book a week. Develop yourself. Start to become, readers are leaders and leaders are readers. Start to put more in your mind. Deposit some great nuggets for you to build yourself up. Then follow the leaders and attract others to you. See, when a great leader is a great follower first, but as you do that and as you start to grow in your own spirit, in your own knowledge base, your own understanding and self-awareness, all of a sudden you'll attract others to you. As you follow leaders, if I'm doing what Gerald did, Gerald said, hey, start your plan of action. Okay, plug in, schedule a consultation with MoneyMax. Bam, let me do that. If you have any other needs, he doesn't have to know my business, but he can say, Andamo, if you have any other needs, make sure you enroll in that. If your credit restoration, they just hit on that enroll button. He's showing me where it is, so I don't have to wonder. There it is. Just do those things. I say, okay, got it, Gerald. Now, I don't have to tell him what my issue is. I don't have to say, hey, my credit's tore from the floor up. I can just go do it. He would never know. And my experts take care of it. Unless I tell him what happened, he doesn't even know. And, sometimes, but I feel so good that my credit scores went up, then I'll tell him. I might not have told him initially, but I'll tell him now because everything's good, right? And then I got my debt eliminated. Then I scheduled my wealth consultation and got that handled. So I'm following the leader. But as I'm doing that, remember I talked about the success cycle? Now my beliefs go up, and I'm telling other people. It's just naturally. They're seeing things happen for me, so they're attracted to me. See, leaders must provide value or they have no value at all. So if you ever think you're leading a great team and you turn around and look back and nobody's following you, that'll be your answer. Some people were great leaders, great directors of motivations, acting as leaders by directing a lot of people on the call. And we heard some of their teams. We heard some of the people because they're making sure people are plugging into the source. Now, how focused is your team? Do you guys have a laser focus? Are you really going to go get it? Are you going to be a part of this incredible, epic, iconic company that's going to be built? See, a lot of times we don't recognize that we're a part of history because we're in the making of history. We don't realize it's history till we look back and see what happened. But when this company becomes an icon in this industry, when I say an icon, when it's named, when you say MWR Financial, it'll just be like saying, Amway Herbalife. Everybody knows those. They'll know who you are right away. They go, oh, yeah, it's the home of the instant pay raise. Oh, the guaranteed income. Oh, yeah, I heard about that company. Or I've been in that company. Or whatever. They'll know about it. It's an icon. And when they go right, because there are books going to be written about it. Books are written about all the great leaders and stuff, all the great companies, all great pioneers. They get books written about them. When they write the book on what we do, what we did here at MWR Financial, we're in the foundation stage. We're in the pre-launch stage. And then when we launch and we're getting started, we're starting to go and just explode. When they're writing that book, what chapter will your chapter be? What will you have overcome? What will you have started here and now you're this now, where people just get excited, and not only to get excited to read about you, but all of a sudden they want to book you now. Can you come speak to our corporation over here? Because what you did over there, and I read that story in that chapter on the book written on MWR Financial, was amazing, and how you pulled yourself up and overcame this adversity and that adversity. You need to talk to our sales team, because they need to understand how to overcome adversities. Do you see what happens when you become part of an icon? Everybody wants a piece of you. They want to interview you. They want you to impact them in different ways. See, you have a platform for your voice to be heard. So now, what are you going to say? How are you going to impact? And I know that God is going to put the people in the room, the people who are going to read the book or hear the story, that all were there for because you. Nobody else could have touched them. He had them touch you, what you do. So are you guys, or just you as a team, are you reading the same books to help make sure everybody in your team is going after it and going to improve themselves? Do you have the same vision? Are you going in the exact same direction? See, that's so important to building a team. You want to raise your level of expectations on everything. This is a championship team. And so we have championship expectations. You must improve others' lives. That's what we do at MWR Financial. That's why it's such a worthy crusade, because it gives you meaning and purpose. It's powerful. Become better as a person, not just in your bank account. See, we're not running around here, and sometimes, we get into these things, and all we want to talk about is getting rich, and making all this money. And yes, that's going to happen. But what I learned is, if you get rich and you have no substance, you lose all that money. But when you have substance, when you have experts that help you make sure you get accountable to things, make sure you understand why you're sacrificing now to have this in the future, and then when you read the books to understand that is the thing. I can get some immediate satisfaction and gratification, but I don't have to have instant. I know what it takes to get where I want. And I have built up the resolve to be there. I built up my endurance muscles to handle it, to get there. See, that's where you want to do. We want to become better as not only as better people, we all do, but imagine as we become better people, not just in our bank accounts. They're talking, man, you guys make so much money, but it's who you guys are, the aura that I can just tell when I get around you. I smell the success. I'm involved in this environment. This is crazy. I want to join you just because of the environment. That's where you want to go. That's what you want to do. That's a builder's mindset. Now change your life before the business changes your life. See, one of the things that happens, you want to say, okay, I'm going to be the change, because sometimes the business will change your life right out of this business, because you said, I have a business, but you treat it like it's a job. And that's not it. This is a business. Now, here's what you want to focus on. You want to focus on your spiritual journey and spiritual walk, whatever that part is for you. You want to focus on your family. You want to focus on the physical, because without health, there is no wealth. You can't have it, you can't buy it. So you want to make sure you do that. You want to keep that in shape. I'm working on it as we speak. I'm talking to myself more than I'm talking to all of you. The mental aspects of it, you want to focus on that. You want to absolutely that, and then you want to focus on the business. Because see, if you take care of those front end things, the business will take care of itself because of who you are. Be consistent with your identity. See, what I love, you heard me say this about Gerald Parker in the very beginning. He's consistent, and he's consistent with his identity. I know who he is all the time, because he just lives it, and he's so authentic, and that's why people follow him, because they don't feel like he's trying to sell them something. They just know that, man, this guy is real, and he can show it, he can back it up, and he can do the documentation beats all conversation, because he's doing it. But what I love about our business at MWR Financial, and a lot of businesses, he would be rare, because there's only a few people that can succeed like that. In our business, everybody can succeed like that. That's what I love about it. Because what I love with Gerald, all he did was just follow our services and got the advice and started working on that, he's improved himself greatly and took himself down, all the way down to where he can retire in from 25 years to 10. But here's what's crazy. Because he's building a business, that keeps getting shorter by the month. That 10 years, he's cutting off that 10 years. It gets shorter by the month because he's making more and more money. So he's then he's doing the right thing with it. Not all of it. He's having fun, but he's doing the right thing with it. So he keeps adding to his PRA to help cut that time down even faster. That is something that can happen for every person on this line. So see yourself winning. How you see yourself will determine how you turn out. Okay? Upgrade yourself. Get better. Absolutely demand that from yourself. Upgrade. Get better, more focused, help others, change lives. Okay? Like, who's your peer group? You must constantly ask yourself, who am I around? What do they have me? What are they doing to me? Like, what are they doing to me? What do they have me reading? Okay, I don't know why we have this background noise. Just someone's on the moderator line. If you press mute, just mute your phone. It's real simple. If you push mute on your phone and literally when we're talking to them, they're not there. Okay, they realize it. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so what do they have you, what are they doing to me? That's what you want to ask yourself. What do they have me reading? What do they have me saying? Where do they have me going? What do they have me thinking? And most importantly, what do they have me becoming? Then ask yourself the big question, is that okay? See, improve your mind, improve your team, it improves your network. And remember, your network equals your net worth. That's what you need to do. Now, there is no honor being what you're supposed to be. So someone says to me, oh, hey, you're a good father, Andamo. I'm supposed to be a good father. That's not an honor. Now, I understand the compliment. I say thank you, and I'm not telling you, you'd be a jerk to somebody, but there's no honor in that because that's what I'm supposed to do. My kids didn't ask to be here, so I'm supposed to be a good parent and a father to them. So I want you to understand, when I say no honor in being what you're supposed to be, if you were all area managers, that's how you have to think. Just because you're a manager, be honored, be excited about it. Yes, you got promoted, but you're trying to get to where you're supposed to be. And if it's area manager, be an area manager. If it's all the way up to national manager, then be a national manager. Okay? But I believe you're all area managers until proven different. And act like where you want to be, not where you are. So how would you dress if you were a national manager? Just ask yourself that. Now, I got all kind of stuff going on here. Okay, let me see what happens here. Okay, we're almost done. We're going to get down to this. Make it look easy. Be a fanatic about meeting attendance. I absolutely call team members who miss meetings. Let them know you missed them. That's what is going on. Tell them that, but you got to find out first why they want to do this business. So that way, when you understand their why, then you can help encourage them to get this what you need to do to get there, okay? But I'm a fanatic about it. You want to be a fanatic about it. Follow-up must be monitored. Some feel it's not a big deal, but it's everything. These are the little things that make the big difference. You got to follow up. You got to make sure that you're following up with those that are following. They say there's a meeting attendance. Say, who do you expect to come to the meeting? Ask your key leaders, who do you expect to come? Who are the guests? Who are the team members that are going to come? Who's the guest going to come? Okay, great. Then have you contacted them? Have you made sure that they're going to come? All right. Then you're finding that out. Then we see if they had a meeting. After the meeting, we have a meeting after the meeting to see how we did. Okay? And then those that didn't come to the meeting, we'll take the meeting to them. But we get after it, okay? You want to train, the training. Now, everything in a meeting, you want to make sure the training topics are tight, the chairs, the guests, the name tags, the music, however you guys hold meetings. And we'll go over holding a meeting in the future, but when you do that, you want to make sure all that's in place and all that's tight and everybody's accounted for and who's going to help and do all of those things, okay? You need to have a few strong leaders. Do people believe that you believe in what you're saying? That is so important. They have to believe in you. Are you dedicated? Are you committed? Are you passionate? Are you excited, enthusiastic, and have energy? See, do they see that in you? Because if they don't believe in what you're saying, they won't follow you. You must let them see the big picture. And what I love in the business we're in, we have the magic of multiples, man. You 12, 5, 3, 2, $102,000 for you. Show people how to make that happen. They will change their lives, and you'll change with them. Now, where is your team going? People move to their most dominant thought. You become what you think about most. Relationships and personal enrollments. See, you want to build relationships in your personal enrollments, and then you want to make sure they're aligned. And a lot of times friends are aligned because they're best friends. So if you're best friends, you guys kind of believe the same things, follow the same things, so you're in alignment. Well, you want to build those kind of relationships so you can make sure your leaders, the people you personally enrolled, are aligned with you. You want to have daily alignment too. Not just once in a while. You want to make sure daily that we're on the same page, we're going in the same direction. Uniforms. I just use this as we don't have uniforms here, but some teams may create uniforms, may create identities. I've done it before in the past where we did certain things. We're going to wear certain colors, or we have a certain shirt, and this is what we're going to do, and we're going to wear it at these events and things like that. So let your team know what it feels like to wear our uniform. First of all, just the MWR, who we are. Let them know this is championship expectations. For example, again, I'm a big sports fan, so I use sports a lot. LeBron James came to the Lakers. Happy, excited, fired up on it. But you know what happens? He had to look at those championship banners up there, and then he had to recognize that every person that's ever come to the Lakers, all the big-time people. You know, Wilt Chamberlain was traded and came to the Lakers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came to the Lakers. Who else? Oh, Shaq came to the Lakers. You know, I'm not even talking about the homegrown like Magic and Worthy and Kobe. I'm talking about people that came to the Lakers. But all of those big-time free agents that came to the Lakers, guess what? They won championships. So LeBron, what he knows is that's nothing short of winning championships, because even though we have been in 5 years, he knows that being in the Lakers, being an icon that he is in basketball, but coming to the Lakers, it's championship nothing. I'm a big UCLA guy. UCLA does not put up, for basketball, only national championships. We don't say we made it to the Final Four or we won a tournament or we won our league. Only national championships go on the wall. That's it. So you want to have that sort of expectation. You are no longer the role player. You are the leader. That's what you have to do. Now, options. You can win with options. Interested versus committed. You got to get committed to this. We all know the story of the pig and the chicken. The chicken was interested in having breakfast. He was interested in the breakfast, but the pig was absolutely committed because he had to give his life for that bacon, right? So it's okay to give 100%. You have to know that. You have to be sold out on 100%. But then, because my question is, do you still have doubt? And if you do, get it cleared up, because there shouldn't be. This business is set to be a legacy-type company. The reason why I'm here, I am too old, been around too long to do something that's going to be here for a couple of years and I'm out again. No. I had to be a part of something and see it clearly for myself that this could have staying power. It had longevity. I made sure with Mr. Brian House, our great visionary CEO, you are not changing anything from our primary focus. We're not going to all of a sudden be selling lotions, potions, and pantyhose down the road. We're staying in this lane. This will be our lane. This is what we'll be known by. We'll have an identity. This is who we are. Yes to all that. And I saw his vision, and it was all long-term. He's built this thing to last. That's why it took its time to build and do the right thing. Took its time to be in the foundation stage. So when it comes to pre-launch, even though we're in pre-launch, we feel like everybody feels like it's already launched, but it's still in pre-launch. That's powerful. Powerful to be there. So I have no doubt. As you can see, I'm 100% sold out. Are you? Now, your team must feel safe with you. 10 years will arrive. How will you arrive? Will you regret the things you didn't try? You got to know that 10 years is going to pass anyway. So if you're going to put time here, don't put time here and say, I'm going to give it 3 months or 6 months. Just say, I'm here. And I'm going to make this thing work for me no matter what, and I'm here. Okay? Now, time to make a decision. Belief. Give MWR Financial 100%. Absolutely do that. Expectations. Expect to win. Attraction. Thoughts are like magnets. Have you seen yourself doing this yet? And if you haven't, see it. Concentration. How long can you focus? See, just say, okay, I'm going to go get after this area manager. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Do you realize how much money they left on the table? Put on the table for you for all those that become area managers in 90 days. That's an extra $1,500. Why would you become an area manager and not make all that $1,500? It just takes focus, and it'll happen for you. Because, watch this, it's so much easier to make it happen now. Now, watch this, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, being an area manager in 90 days might be much, much tougher. You know why? Because now you're hearing new cities pop up every week. 5, 10 years from now, we won't really hear any new cities pop up. Will there be new people coming all the time and people having success? Yes, but it'll be harder. It'll take more work because so many people are already involved in MWR Financial. But the reason why you heard it now, I don't know who's prayed for you, how you prayed, but the prayer has been answered. You're here now. So that tells me that God has something major for you. He has something important for you to do. He has some people that you want to touch, and he gave you a platform for your voice to be heard, and it will be. And you'll touch people and impact people. All you have to do is just be passionate about helping people get money as an issue out of the way, helping people literally get the right kind of financial advice so they can gain financial literacy, which pulls people out of this doldrum of being impoverished on some level. See, people go, well, I'm not in poverty. I mean, I work every day, but if you can't put any money away, if you're like 7-8% of America, well, then you're impoverished in some sort of way. So now we have to, even if it's in just the way of thinking, the way you operate. So let's start looking at that and start making those changes so we have the success. You want to substitute. Substitution is positive for negative thoughts. You get positive all the time. Those that stay positive the longest and stay excited the longest, they will win. They will be the biggest people here. Practice. Repetition is the mother of skill. So if you need parts of this business to practice, hey, I got to practice on my phrase that pays. I want to practice on when I have people, when I go through the step two when I'm or step 3 when I'm actually with my list. I've done my list, but now I want to take them. Actually, step 4, I want to prove it. I'm going through the prove it stage, so I want them to do that, and I want to practice on that. Do that, because that's the mother of skill. Sowing versus reaping. Sell how great this is. If you want to sell anything, sell how great this is. We have a great company. Let people know that. Law of return, you have to put in before you get out. That's the law of return. There is no way. See, those are principles. Those are laws you can't get around. You have to put in before you get out. Can't have something for nothing. So put in is put in the time, put in the effort, put in the energy, and you will get out in a big, big way. Compensation, action versus reaction. See, when you take action and you get after it, now you can start earning the kind of money, having the kind of guaranteed income you're looking for, instead of being reactionary where all of a sudden, okay, now you have this broke mentality and you're like, oh, shoot, things are tight. Let me jump and work now. Let me work now. Let's do it right now. Let's just start from the very beginning. And then service to others. Focus on others. I love the way God set this up. I love the way our business is set up. I can't make a dime till you make $1, so how many dollars do I want you to make? And then we can't win. Do you know no one has ever done anything great without service to many, many, many people? And the ones that serve many, many, many people, that's why they make so much money. And think about our business. It's set up so you can be service to tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. But it doesn't mean that you had to be the party of one. Because you went out and put out this and gave that energy, it was positive and excited, you went out and blew this business up, and all of a sudden you have hundreds of thousands of people in your organization. You built nations of people. And so now you have nations of people. There's no wonder why you make 7 and 8 figures in this business. Because you have nations of people winning. That's why. So be service to others. And if you focus on just be a focus on helping people get what they want, then you always get what you want. This is the way it works. Now, I just want to talk about the high cost of waiting. Do you realize if you wait to start putting money away, and because we want to make big money, but we want to save and invest big money, right? But if you wait to do it, see, within 40 years, you can put $126 away every month, get a 5% return, and you'll have $1 million. But if you wait where you only have 5 years left to do that before you're going to stop working, well, then you're going to need to put $12,560 a month away for 5 years. And then you got to wait for that to get that return. And You wait it there, you got to get a 10% return so you can get this 5 years so you can get $1 million. You don't want to do that. See, here's the guaranteed 6 plan. Personally enroll 12 QFCs, become an area manager within 90 days. This is a plan. I'm going to give it to you right now because you make $1,500. I'm not leaving any money on the table. Then you earn that $1,500 in momentum bonuses. Your guaranteed income will be at $900 at that point, just at $900. And then you build a team of 12,532. You'll have exactly 612 QFCs in your team, and that's a guaranteed income of $8,500 a month or $102,000 per year for you. You help 10 people do that, you'll be over $1 million a year. I'm telling you right here, right now. It's right there. It's right there before you. So then, now watch this. If you're making $8,500 a month, let's just use that example, $102 a year guaranteed. Well, guess what? You just took your $1 million in less than 10 years. You're between 5 and 10 years because you're not at $12,000 a month yet, but you're definitely well past the $4,644 you need for 10 years. So you probably put yourself somewhere around 7 years. That's what you do when you see. That's how you can literally get money as an issue. So it's never ever talked about for you and your family. They never ever have to worry about it. So with that, this is all I see. We're at the end. So I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Let's go out here and make a difference in people's lives. I'm telling you, this is absolutely the best. Now, what I want to tell you is this: on Thursday, you want to tell everybody that's on this call, everybody who didn't make this call, everybody in your team. You want to get new people that aren't even here yet. You want to get them on your team and then get them on this call. You want Thursday to be a call that's so important to you in your life. Because what we go over, when we go over our Fast Start training, they'll learn that. But then we're going to go over the PRA. And when they understand how they can make wealth real, how we make the I in the cash flow quadrant real, and how some of you are literally going, man, okay, I hear that. I would love to be my own private bank, but a bank of what? I don't have anything. I don't have a bunch of money set aside. I didn't do a 401k because I couldn't do it, so I don't even have that. How am I supposed to win? Right now, I could probably eke out $100, $50, $100 or something to get started. Guess what? What I love about our business is we meet people right where they are. You could be that person, and you can find out on Thursday what you could do with that $100 and what can happen. And then all of a sudden, watch, that person can get excited about what we're doing. That person can start getting the phrase that pays because it means everything to them to win. That person can say, wait a minute, I got to change my life. Wow, I didn't realize I had it here. So I'm going to follow this plan of action so that $100 all of a sudden becomes $300 or $400. Didn't even know that was going to be possible, but it became possible for them. So now they jet fueled that $100 to $200, $300, $400. Now they see that growing for them. They're telling people they're excited. They're having this potential. They start to see it. They started taking massive action. That massive action then created the results. They're starting to see results. They got the instant pay raise. They started seeing some things on their credit improve. They're going, oh, my goodness, I can't believe this. So now their belief system goes way up, and now they see the potential even bigger for them, and now they're getting after it. They have a private reserve account that they can tell people, I'm already on my way. I know what my future looks like. They gave me they illustrated it all out for me to see how much money I'm going to get, even if I'm 100 years old. Oh, my goodness. And they're going to show me what my family would get, what I can leave. And at the beginning, I had nothing, and now I can leave this. They even showed me that if something happens to me, a curveball in life happens, that I don't have to be a burden on my family or my kids who are just trying to make it on themselves. I don't have to be a burden to them or anybody else or my church or anything. They're going to be able to have the money for me to be able to take care of that while I'm living here. See, they see all of that, and you're going, oh, my goodness. So I learned that on that call. Yes, you're going to learn that on this call. So that person now, you're just literally tearing up going, oh, my God. So now you get so excited, you start telling other people. And when you start telling other people, they start seeing it. They start seeing this magnet. You don't know why, but you're saying you're getting the word out there, and you're trusting in God. You don't just believe in him. You trust him. You say, I'm going to put it out there. He's going to put the people in place that need to be in place, that need to hear what I need to hear. His message was much more important than our message, but he said, let those that hear, hear, and he kept it pushing, if you will, because he didn't let any dust settle under his feet. I'm I'm going to do the same. I'm going to follow that. I go there. I make this happen. And I start telling other people. Then they get excited. And now it starts to magnify. And, oh, no, I looked up and I saw my income. And now I'm getting $100 a day. I'm making $3,000 a month guaranteed on top of my job. Oh, my goodness. I thought I only had $100 that I could barely eke out and make this and start my PRA, and I was embarrassed. It was terrible. I'm, this age, and I only can do that, but that's all I could do. But all of a sudden, 6 months later, 90 days later, 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, it doesn't matter when it is, I'm at $3,000 a month extra, and I realized if I take $2,000 of that and start putting it away, look what that's doing for me, and they're showing it to me, and I'm saying, oh my goodness, and I did that out of this business. Whew. That's what we do for people. That's how powerful this is. So you better be about it, and let's get passionate about sharing this message, because it's a powerful message. With that, I'm going to say we're not only going to see you at the top and see you on the beaches of the world, because we will see you in both of those places, but we're also going to see you at the bank. And when you know something, when you see $100 and grow to this kind of thing just because you're talking and building to people, then you'll know they won't just count our money. They'll weigh it. Have a great evening. I'm going to say goodbye for now.
Great call, Andamo. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
Great call.
Great job. Awesome job. Awesome call. Awesome call.